Who's the strongest fighter in the arena? The champion's title is currently held by an incubus named Gelderfang. He is the deadliest of Ermengar's fighters and serve as his bodyguard. He is a true artist of death and destruction. Of course, there are other fighters in the abyss who are more dangerous, but no one can kill like he does. He makes every death exquisite and prolongs the agony and suffering of his opponents. He can transform any fight into a spectacular show. He turns combat into a performance and knows how to create a dramatic spectacle out of the most mundane match. There are only two things Gelderfang wants in life: pleasure and murder. They are his obsession, and he feeds that obsession every time he steps into the arena. After all, everyone in Alushinier knows his name, and the audience yells at the top of their lungs every time he kills one of his rivals. What is the Nahindrian League? It's an odd name, I admit, but it's in keeping with the latest trend. Nahindrian is a very popular word in Lucianera these days. Nahindrian League is led by the arena's current champion, Gelderfang, and only the very best gladiators can become members. The fighters of the league belong to Ermengarde, but not all of them are demons. Lucianera serves as a crossroads between multiple roads, and fighters come from many different planes to perform in the arena. I've heard of Nahindrian crystals. Do you get them? Do you get them if you're a member of the league? Because you have faint smile. They'd like you to believe that, but no. The members of the Nahindrian League are no different than Nahindrian booze vendor in the tavern or the Nahindrian whip supplier at the flesh markets. None of them actually have access to the crystal. I've heard that Nahindrian crystals contain immense power. Gelderfang would love to have one, and there are rumors that Ermengarde promised him a crystal in exchange for his services as a bodyguard. Of course, it wouldn't surprise me to find out that Ermengarde was lying. I'm not sure even he knows how to get his hands on a Nahindrian crystal. I understand. Huh. We'll be back here, because it's time to actually fully try to explore this area. I wonder if there's more than one way to gain fame. Though, in all honesty, I might still end up doing the, whoa, hello.
Beautiful. Let's see what we can do.
Oh. Oh, well. How do you feel about reconciling with your mom? It's weird. I think I feel happy about it, but I also feel like there's the rug's been pulled out from under me. You know, I've never even admitted it to myself that I was angry at her. I didn't let myself even consider it. Okay, this is great. I'm glad that they did. I'm glad that they actually put this in, that we're still able to actually talk with all our companions. But, anyways, I took all my anger out on myself, on the demons, and still it was like I was carrying around a huge boulder. And now that that weight is gone, I don't know how to live without it. She went back to Nearsian, but she gave me her address. And it's strange to think I can write to her, tell her what's on my mind, ask for her advice. I was used to her not being around, to the idea that she was gone forever. And now I have to get used to her being in my life. Thank you, Z, for not letting me off of the hook. I was mad. I had sooner run into the wound and hugged the demon than gone to see her. I mean, you essentially do that every day. Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. But it turned out you were right. Thank you. I don't know how the situation is with your parents, but if you get the chance to hug your mom, do it. I'm an orphan. Did you come with me so you could see the surface again? Initially, I blamed the demons for everything my family had been through. I wanted to come up with the surface. Gotcha. You still want revenge on the demons for your family suffering, or has that changed? Oh, you know, I guess something has changed. I really wanted to make the demons pay for everything. For mongrels being cast out, for mom's tears, for my dad's early death, for the lumps in my porridge. But after I recounseled with mom, I realized a lot of things. I realized that I just hated feeling helpless. That's it. Whenever I don't know what to do, I started thinking everything is my fault. I thought I hated the demons, but I actually just hated myself. Okay, so this is literally our
Here we go.
It's time for the experiment. I hope these words inspire as much enthusiasm in you as they do in me. What's the experiment about? You see, I've decided. Though dared would be a better term to address an issue which up to now I have preferred to avoid due to my total ignorance in this sphere. I realize it's hard to believe that I, a person of, let's skip the false modesty, superior intellect, could not know something so simple. But it's never too late to fill in gaps in one's knowledge, right? I'm talking about friendship. To be honest, at first I planned to assign the writing of this article for the encyclopedia into a co-author of some kind. But then I met you, my loyal follower, and suddenly I thought I could write it myself. So you never had any friends? I see no sense in them. Hold on. So you're trying to say that you consider me your friend? You must understand me. I don't need friends. I have no desire to spend any time on them with. I could spend it on the new experiments and discoveries. I just want to learn what it's like to have friends. For the encyclopedia, nothing more. I realize that you would like to consider me your friend. Who wouldn't? I'm a scientific luminary after all. So I do apologize for disappointing you. Well, if it needs to be done, we'll do it. Let's get started. I am glad you've agreed. Many would have considered my request too personal and refused. It's good that you're above such squeamish sentiment. Oh boy. Here, I made a list. I based it on my observation of individuals around me and my personal knowledge of the topic, which, I have to admit, is far from comprehensive. He hands you a crumpled piece of paper. Study it well. We'll start as soon as you're ready. Do we have to follow the list? Neil looks at you with disapproval. You're trying to say that I made it for nothing? I've developed a perfect methodology. Okay, that involves all the mechanisms of friendship between two individuals. But by all means, sure, let's just abandon the list. Point number one, friends smile at each other. You raise your eyes to Nenio, who has already fixed a malevolent grin on her face. The kind that would make you soil yourself if you saw it in the dark of night. I'm already liking this. Respond with a brief smile. Keeping the unnatural grin on her face, Nenio hisses through her clenched teeth. You call that a smile? Come on, try again. Give her a skeptical look. Smile more. You must for science. For a wide smile, your eyes pour into Nenio's and she stares right back as you both grin as widely as possible. A minute passes in tense silence. She massages her cheeks with her hands. I've never imagined being a friend was such an exhausting business. So, what's next on the list? Point number 2. Friends gossip about other friends. Oh, this ought to be good. Ooh, I made some preparations for that. Come on, let's do it. Who are we gonna gossip about? I'm gonna do a Ruchelet last. Sela. Excellent choice. So, what do you think of her? She's a good friend and a fine comrade in arms. Oh, how interesting. Incidentally, yesterday I saw her. Ninu picks up a random piece of paper and reads it. Drinking from a puddle. Do you have any idea who we're talking about? Nini becomes a little embarrassed, but only a little. No, I don't make a point of remembering those I travel with. That's why I prepared these universally applicable pieces of gossip. That doesn't sound like her at all. Really? Excuse me, I'll try again. Yesterday I saw her eating worms. This is ridiculous. I fully agree. This all seems like like sheer stupidity to me, too. But how can we learn that stupidity is stupid without doing stupid things? We need to see the experiment through. All right, stage 2 is now complete. What's next on the list? Oh, Nenio. Oh my God, Nenio. Anyways. Oh my God. Point number 3. Friends drink alcohol together, and then it says, no longer required. Oh, right. I should cross out this point. I wrote this, and then I checked the encyclopedia and recalled that I have already conducted that experiment. And judging by the same encyclopedia, and especially by an odd stain on that particular page, it would be unwise, to say the least, to try and repeat it. Friends sometimes argue. A new heap of papers appeared in his hand. You were uninterested and disinterested in this experiment, and you can't even tell the difference between those two words. I have to. You can kiss my ass. Not too creative, but it will do. Now we can definitely be considered friends. What is this? And on that note, I conclude the 4th part of the experiment. What's up next on the list? Point 5. Friends sometimes copulate. What does that word mean again? Oh. Friends sometimes copulate. Oh yes, that. Take off your underwear. Oh no. I love this game. I am so happy right now, and I don't know why I'm so happy. Oh boy. Bravely pull down your underwear. Oh, well. She produces a piece of paper from her sleeve and starts frantically covering it with drawings. What are you doing? Before copulation, I must make a sketch of your genitals for the population article in the encyclopedia. The provided drawing will interest many students and scientists who know only of copulations through secondhand accounts. Please wait, and please stand still. Wait. And you is so engrossed with your task, she accidentally bites her tongue. It appears your copulation won't be happening today. Keep standing there with your underwear down, keep waiting and hoping, though it is obvious that there will be no copulation today. Then he was absorbed with her work. That the world around her, including you, seems to have ceased to exist. Our friendship experiment has taken an unexpected turn. Only Rushlet or someone else walked by. Rushlet's like, what's going on? Science! Science! Don't worry, science. Our friendship. Oh yes, copulation. Rest assured my sketch I made was most detailed, and more than one generation of students will study it. Unfortunately, I don't remember your name, or else I would definitely credit you as the model. Alas, as for the original topic of the research, which was friendship. This thoroughly awkward experiment is finally concluded. I have learned what it means to be a friend, and now I can write an article about it for the encyclopedia. I am happy that it's over. I am once again convinced that friendship is the most foolish of all occupations. You did it all wrong. Friendship is more than just smiling, gossiping, bickering, and sex. Is it? We've concluded all the assigned actions typical for two friends. Of course, I could have compiled an extended list, which would have included joint food ingestion and senseless banter with the aim of showing each other in the least attractive light. But how would that change the situation? Do you know what I will write in the encyclopedia? Friendship is as a set of primitive rituals intended to help individuals forget about their loneliness. However, I have no interest in that. I see my loneliness as a sign of my uniqueness. The one who leads the way is always alone. Now, I have time to answer your questions. Come on, ask away. Check out this mask I found. There's writing on the inside. Nenio snatches the mask from your hands and examines it from every angle. It looks like an average mask. Smells like mold, tastes like ugh, disgusting. The eye holes are, he puts the mask on and looks you through it. Utterly unremarkable. And yet I sense some hidden magic in the mask. I bet my encyclopedia that it must be the answer to one of the riddles of those statues in the Nameless Ruins. Oh. The writing on the inside looks very much like one of the answers. All we have to do now is find 4 such masks and bring them to the statues. You won't forget to take me with you when you leave there. Gotcha. How many of those do I have? I have 2. Okay, so I have 2. Darkness mask, circle mask. Okay. Got 2 of those. Okay.
I can handle it.
I completely walked all this way down here for nothing, chat. Wait, hold on, what? Summon Spirit Paladins, summon Muvonic Deva, summon Muvonic Devas. Oh, well, alright. Okay, so there's probably some people. Oh. Yeah, there's probably some people in here. I will learn the weight of my sword. I will have faith in the inheritor. I am the first in the battle and the last to leave it. Her eyes half closed, Seela whispers the words of the oath of Iomeda's paladins. Trailing off, she opens her eyes and sighs. How did we end up here? I never would have imagined I'd find myself in the abyss. How are you holding up? I am hanging in there. I don't feel good in this place. The air stinks like something died, and I'm having trouble sleeping. I keep waking up at night. I think I hear someone being tortured nearby. Ease and cries echoing toward me, so I wake up and listen, but there's nothing. I keep thinking about everything, praying every day that the souls Sunhammer abducted from the Crusaders weren't brought here. The abyss will kill them, or infect with its madness, even without the demon's help. Seeing this ocean of evil and injustice before me, it's tearing me apart. So many innocents are held captive here, and torrents of ruinous darkness flow from this wretched place to the other planes. My mind is tested to the limit every day I spend in the abyss. Iomade helped me hold on to it. We've overcome everything we've faced so far. We'll get through this as well. That's right. Thank you, Z.
Can't make the demons wait.
Oh, this one's gonna be a long one. Jaren looks rather distracted. He is staring into space as though he's listening to something deep inside himself. Finally, he notices you and his lips quirk into a nervous smile. So many people have cursed me and told me I'll end up in the abyss when I die. I suppose I've rather deftly subverted their expectations by getting here while I'm still alive. You don't like it here, do you? Can't you see that I'm afraid? More afraid than I've ever been in my entire life. And believe me, I'm no stranger to paralyzing fear. We are in the most atrocious and macabre place imaginable. Moreover, we're practically surrounded by demons. Curse them all, vile, rotten creatures who can experience something approaching joy only when torturing mortals. You can't even imagine how glad I am to find myself in their domain. Treat this as another adventure. In my world, an adventure is getting totally smashed with a couple of apprentice mages who've just got the hang of basic teleportation spells, and waking up several thousand miles away next to someone you've never clapped eyes on before. Someone might turn out to be a Verisian saber swallower or a dragon in human form. But this dragon in human form, huh? Well, fine. Find me at least one beautiful saber swallower around here, and I shall magnanimously agree to call it an adventure. Gotcha. Sozio's drawing something, but won't. When he notices you, he hurriedly folded over the paper. Don't tell me you managed to find some beauty in the abyss. No. Cringing a little, Sozio's shows you a few sheets of crossed-out sketches, but you can still recognize the vista of Aleutian year in them. I tried, but I can't. Not here. May the goddess forgive me, but it's beyond my powers. Struggling for inspiration? My drawing. It's just not flowing the way it normally does. This place doesn't inspire creativity. I need to talk to you. Of course. How can I help? Now you know your brother used to be a Hell Knight. What do you think about that? I've always despised these people, but when my brother left the path of service to the goddess, he made a place for himself among them, and he did a lot of good, it seems. I don't know what to think. Perhaps I shouldn't have put Trevor on a pedestal. Perhaps I shouldn't have treated those knights so poorly. You see, I was quite fervent in my beliefs as a boy, and I thought the teachings of the goddess had already revealed to me all the truths I should know. Now I realize I didn't know a thing about the world around me or about myself. Perhaps this war will chew me up the same way it did Trevor. Or perhaps his example will keep me from breaking. My personal chest is here? What? Okay. Well, that's unique. I'm probably gonna end up selling most of this stuff. Hello, my friend. Do you know how much I love calling you that? Of course you do. Aha. Aha. Well, let's work on let's prepare our spells, shall we? You're good. I don't think I need to prep. Well, yeah, I don't need to prep anything. You. Maybe you? No. Nothing for you. Definitely you, though. Oh, jolting portent. The creature you designate. The creature you designated. Oh, is surrounded by glowing red aura of vengeful hate. Okay. Once per round, where the target makes an attack or casts a spell, it must succeed on a fortitude saving throw with a DC equal to 10 half-caster level plus wisdom. Fails. Okay, so half-caster level. 10, 17 plus wisdom, which is a plus 5, I believe. Yes. Oh, right here, 23. It just says it right here. Jesus. Keep forgetting that it actually tells me the difficulty level, the DC of that stuff. This takes up 2 diamonds. How many diamonds do I have? I have 10, so I can. And resurrection. Okay, diamond dust. I think I'll do. Oh, jeez. Huh. Oh, security. Okay. Definitely want those. Actually, maybe I only want 2. I'll take 1 more greater restoration along with a resurrection. Actually, let's go. Yeah, a resurrection is fine. A resurrection is fine. A resurrection, or should I do multiple resurrection? One thing I'm happy about with this game over Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 is that when the character dies, they don't just drop all their gear. So when you go and resurrect them, you're not trying to scramble up all the gear. Just like, oh god, he had this and this and this and this. Oh, I think he had that. Oh, but he can't put that on right now. Oh, we're in the middle of a fight, so it's not gonna do anything. I can't put this on in the middle of a fight. Son of a biscuit. As for here, if the guy dies, they keep all their equipment, but when you like leave the area, you're still able to go in the inventory of the dead character and collect all the equipment. Which is great, by the way. What is this? But it's only 46. Only 46, which is kind of Kind of sad. With that being the case, I might as well do another destruction. Boop.